PSA, I'm not a pro at this, but I'm just gonna do the best that I can, so. Hello everyone and welcome back to Jodi Loving Life. This video today I'm excited to film. It's been somewhat requested. Just really wanted to film it for you guys. I wanted to be helpful to you guys if I can be. So yeah, and my dog is right there, so I'm sorry if she makes any noises. She probably won't. So today's video is going to be how to save up money for StrangerCon. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm not a professional in any way, shape, or form, but I have saved up for StrangerCon. I saved up for the gold ticket, which was around $400, and then I had to buy Millie's photo op, so I paid around $475 to $500 of my own money. I saved up for it, so I have done it, so I wanted to give you guys tips and tricks. My other photo ops that I got, my parents paid for. Yeah, without further ado, let's get into the tips that I have for you guys. First things first, you're going to need to figure out how much money you need to save up in total. I have a list of things that you need to take into consideration whenever you are figuring out how much money you need to save up. So first of all, you need to figure out your ticket. That's the most important thing if you're going to StrangerCon by Creation Entertainment. You need to figure out if you want a gold, silver, copper, single day admission, weekend general admission. So those prices can range from $800 to $25. The $800 one is the first row in gold. Like just like first row seating is $800. That's very expensive. I do not recommend getting that. If you have the second or third row, it's just as good. The gold tickets are $400 to $500, but as time gets closer to the event, the ticket prices are going to go up. Very crucial to get your tickets as soon as possible, because if you wait, the ticket prices could go up. The $25 ones are single day admission tickets. And I'm going to explain this because it can be kind of confusing. So for example, this year, Saturday was Caleb, Priya, Chester, Chelsea, and Maddie. If you were to only go to that day, you only wanted to go that day, you would only have to pay $25 to get a ticket. But if you were to only want to go on the day that Millie and Noah are going to be there, that ticket is $45 for single day seating. So yeah, and then if you wanted to get both, you would just get the weekend package. There's no need in buying two different tickets for that. It's the same price. The general admission is $65. The next thing that you need to take into consideration is photo ops. Photo ops can range from $110 to $45. Millie's is $110, Noah's I think is $85, and then the smaller actors and actresses are $45 to $50. So yeah. And then autographs. If you want autographs, they range from $100 to $30. Millie's autograph is $100, and then if you want any of the smaller actors, theirs are around $30, and then Noah's, I think his was like $75, and then Caleb's $45 maybe, and then all the other actors and actresses were only $30. So yeah. The next thing is traveling expensive. Now I've been very blessed, and my family really supports me in like my obsession with Stranger Things and everything, and so they actually paid for all the traveling expenses, such as gas, hotel, food, etc. They thankfully paid for all that, and I'm very, very grateful. But I do realize that not all parents are like that. Some parents want you to pay completely for everything. So what you need to figure out is are you going to have to take a plane? If it's a very long way away, you're going to want to take a plane. Maybe not, but I would personally. We drove because it's only a 4-hour drive, and that's not that big of a deal for us. But you need to figure out if you're going to take a plane, if you're going to drive, and then you need to figure out if you're on a plane, how much those tickets are going to be, and if you're driving, how much gas you're going to need in total on the way there and on the way back. Food, you need to figure out how many meals you're going to need. I would honestly like plan it all out, like plan where you're gonna stop at restaurants and get that food, plan the airports, like what restaurant you're gonna eat at. I would just plan everything out, write it all down in a notebook, look up on Google Maps like what restaurants are on the road that you are taking to get there, what restaurants are near the hotel, because you gotta figure out what you're gonna eat while you're there. You gotta figure out all that stuff. And like hotel, that's easy. Go on the website, see how much it is a night, and depending on what room you have, figure that out, figure out how much it is a night, and then yeah, come up with a plan. Merchandise. This is something else that you need to take into consideration. you're already pouring a lot of money into this. So honestly, merch is not that big of a deal. You are probably getting pictures with them or an autograph with them. So merch is not that big of a deal, but it's nice to get. It's nice to have. So you need to figure out how much money you want to get for merch. Now the t-shirts there range from $25 to $35. And then if you want the sweatshirt, if you watch my StrangerCon haul, I got the crew neck sweatshirt. That was $50. So all the prices range, but you can definitely get something for like $10 to $15. It just is going to be small. But you need to figure out how much money you are willing to save up for the merchandise, how much money you want to take, and then take it with you and you can get what you want, you know. So that's just something else. It's a little extra thing. It's not mandatory. That's just a personal preference on you. And then you need to get all the total of that together. Now that price could be very expensive, especially if you were having to fly somewhere or if you were having to pay for the traveling expenses. I realize that, and I have never had to save up that much money. So keep in mind that my tips may not be as helpful to you, but I hope that they are. I really am trying here. And also, I would try to reason with your parents. Figure out how much they are willing to pay, if anything. Obviously, I would think that if they were going with you, that they would pay for their own food. That I don't think you need to worry about. And obviously if they were like going to have to like go in with you to the auditorium, they would probably pay for their ticket and whatnot. I mean, I'm not in your living situation, so I don't know, but that is just what I'm assuming for most families. But I would definitely reason with them. I come up with the plan with my parents. If I pay for my ticket, if I pay for my photo ops and whatever else I need, and my like merchandise and stuff like that, then they will pay for the hotel and traveling expenses and food. You know, it depends on your parents, it depends on who your guardians are, you know, and I know it can be difficult in different living situations, but I would just try to reason with your guardians as much as you possibly can. And, you know, say, hey, are you willing to pay $50 of the gas and I'll pay the other $75 or something like that. I think that some parents would be willing to help you out. So now I have some raising money ideas. I'm going to read them. So if it seems like I'm reading, it's because I am. Mowing, babysitting, garage sales, bake sale, Etsy, selling stuff, making stuff and selling stuff on Etsy. That's a really good idea. Birthday and Christmas money. I know that stuff is like hard to save because you're like, it was a gift. I'm supposed to go buy something for myself. So birthday and Christmas money, save it. It'll be worth it. eBay, finding stuff around your house that you think that would be worth a little bit of money and posting it on eBay. My family actually does that. It's semi-easy, and so, you know, I would definitely ask your parents if you can do that. Ask permission from your parents if you're like younger than like 15. Ask permission from your parents if you can do any of this stuff. Lemonade stands, craft fairs, chores, and get a job. Obviously, you can't technically get an official job until you are 15, and even then you have to have a work permit, but you know, a job can even be like babysitting and stuff like that. And I also have a huge tip for you. This tip has helped me out so much. Find spare change. I know it doesn't sound like a lot. Find change in your couch. I'm sure there's some change on your floor. And I'm sure if you search your room, you're gonna find some quarters and whatnot. My dad actually never takes the change out of his pockets. By the washer and dryer, there's usually a bunch of change on the ground. I'm telling you, change adds up. This year for my vacation, I had spent all my money on StrangerCon. I didn't have any money for fun at vacation to buy souvenirs and whatnot. And so we had this like fishbowl, like a fishbowl full of change that we had just been saving for years and years and years. And I actually rolled them into like the little like paper things that you turn into the bank, and then I got money for them, and I got almost $100. That's like insane. So I'm telling you guys, change adds up, and I already have a bunch saved up for StrangerCon that I'm going to be counting once it gets closer to time. So just save the change. You'll be amazed at how much you can get from just finding spare change. This is called the jars method. I'm going to explain what I mean by the jars method. So set out jars or containers. Every time you get paid, divide your money into separate jars. So for example, I'm reading again. I get paid $100. I have 4 jars. Spending money to just spend on a basis if I'm going out to eat with friends or whatever. StrangerCon, paying back my parents. I owe some money to my parents. and then I want guinea pigs, so guinea pigs. I have 4 jars. I'm going to separate my $100 into those 4 jars. Now, I could separate everything equally. I could put $25 in each one, or I could put $50 in StrangerCon, and then I could divide the rest of the money into the other jars. Whatever you want to do. But that, I think, would definitely help you a lot. And then you also have some spending money, so you're not more tempted to spend the money that's for StrangerCon or whatever else you need. Stay strong. You have the money saved, but I know how tempting it is to spend it. You have to have self-control to not just spend your money on whatever you want. That's what your spending money is for. Don't even take $1 out of one of the jars, unless it's an emergency, of course. If you think you will not be able to have self-control and you are old enough, then you could get a bank account and put your money in there. That way it's not physically in front of you. And then this is just the last little insight. If you ever feel like giving up, just come back to this video and watch it. Remember how much joy that StrangerCon is going to bring to you. You are going to be able to meet the people who mean the absolute world to you. I know that it can be a challenging task to save money. Trust me, I've been there, I know. But I can assure you that every single penny is worth it. And I truly, truly mean that. Every single penny is worth it. I wouldn't have gone back if I didn't feel like it was worth it. This event is literally my favorite part of the year, and I spend just all year waiting for it to come around. They haven't even announced StrangerCon 2020 yet, and I'm planning for it. If that doesn't tell you how much this event means to me, then I don't know what does. So, you know, if you really, really want this, you can save up for it. I know you can. Just do everything that you can do. And if you truly, truly want it, you are going to do everything that you can do to make sure that you can do it. Like I said, there are more expensive options and there are cheaper options. You can pick the cheapest option if you need to and save up and work towards that, and I know you can do it. I believe in you. Okay guys, so real quick, I actually just ended the video, but I wanted to record this because somebody just asked me on my Instagram how long did it take me to save for StrangerCon, and I think that would be a great question to include in here. So it took me, as soon as I came home in June after StrangerCon in 2018, I knew that I wanted to go back again. So I asked my parents if I could go back, and they said if I saved up for my ticket, I could. So I automatically knew that I had to save up for the ticket because I wanted to go back. So I started saving in June, but I knew that it was going to be at least a year, and it ended up being longer than a year. So I actually ended up spending some of that money. So I started saving in June, but failed, and then I started saving again in October of 2018, and then I had enough money by April. But my parents actually were very, very nice, were very amazing, and bought me the tickets, and then I paid them back for them. So it took me about 6 months to get all the money, but I'm telling you guys, start saving now because I don't know, 2020 hasn't even been announced yet, so start saving now. Right now, start saving. Yeah. Do you just want to say that all these tips that I gave you can work for other events too, but this is specifically made for creation entertainment conventions. I will link their website down below if you are interested. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below if you're going to use any of my tips, and don't forget to subscribe to become a lovely. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys. Mwah.